And police have identified the victim of a homicide on the U of T campus and released images of a suspect. CB24's Beatrice Weisman joins us live with the details on this disturbing homicide. B.
Incredibly disturbing, Jamie. Police are painting this as a brutal, random attack. Yesterday morning, 5:20 a.m., 60-year-old Mario Ferreira was lying on a bench in front of the pharmacy building on U of T campus behind me when he was brutally attacked. Police saying that a suspect, who they've released 2 photographs of, essentially walked up to Mr. Ferreira, who police say was a homeless man, lying on this bench, and then used some kind of object, essentially, to beat him to death, Jamie. Police today saying the results of the autopsy showing Ferreira died from blunt force trauma. And so police today making an appeal to members of the public. If you can identify the person in these photographs, if you know who this is, if you think you've seen him walking around, and police are open very much so to the fact that this could also, the suspect could also possibly be a homeless man here in the city of Toronto. But police say if you've seen him, do not approach him. As the detective sergeant in charge of this homicide case said, he cannot say with enough vigor, do not approach the suspect. He should be considered armed and dangerous. Instead, call 911 and let police officers respond to this and deal with the situation. When it comes to Mr. Ferreira's family, police saying very little today, but the detective sergeant did say he did manage to speak to his family. And here's a bit of what he shared about that conversation.
From what I can see on the surveillance, I do not see any sort of altercation that occurs between the victim and the suspect, and I am treating this as a completely random incident.
So how alarming is that? You've got someone attacking people completely out of
I think it's very alarming, truthfully. That's why I've asked to come before you all today as quickly as I can to get the message out on who this suspect is, so that we can try and locate him and get him into custody as quickly as possible.
As for Mr. Ferreira's family, Detective Sergeant Trevor Grieve says that police are really eager to find the person they believe is responsible for killing their loved one and bringing some justice to his family. Certainly for people in the city, for students here at U of T, it's incredibly alarming to know that this random attack occurred right here on campus property, Jamie. So 5:20, the attack happened. It wasn't until 3 hours later, when classes were starting yesterday morning, that someone walked by, saw the victim in just obviously a horrible state, let campus security know, and campus security then called police. And so just an awful, incredibly troubling situation here in the city of Toronto. If you know who that person is in those photographs, give police a call so they can find him and bring him to justice. By the way, the message to the suspect from police: if you're watching, get legal counsel and turn yourself in, Jay.
We appreciate that update. Thanks, B.